According to Jesus, loving one's family is of paramount importance. In the Bible, Jesus teaches that love is the greatest commandment, and this includes loving one's family. In Mark 12:31, Jesus says, "Love your neighbor as yourself." However, when it comes to family, Jesus teaches that love should be even more profound. In Matthew 22:37-40, Jesus says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself." While this may seem like a general command to love others, Jesus often emphasized the importance of family relationships. In the book of Matthew, Jesus teaches that one's family is a vital part of their spiritual journey. In Matthew 10:37, Jesus says, "Anyone who loves their father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves their son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me." This may seem like a contradictory statement, but Jesus is emphasizing that one's love for God should be the foundation of their love for family. In other words, if one's love for family is not rooted in their love for God, it can become an idol. Jesus is not saying that one should not love their family. Rather, he is teaching that one's love for family should be a manifestation of their love for God. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus tells a parable about a prodigal son who leaves his family and squanders his inheritance. However, when the son returns home, his father welcomes him with open arms and throws a grand feast to celebrate his return. This parable teaches us that God is like the father in the story, who loves his children unconditionally and welcomes them back with open arms, no matter what mistakes they may have made. Jesus is teaching us that we should love our family with the same kind of unconditional love that God has for us. Furthermore, Jesus teaches that loving one's family is not just about emotional feelings, but also about actions. In 1 John 3:18, it is written, "Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth." Jesus teaches that we should demonstrate our love for our family through our actions, such as providing for their physical and emotional needs, spending quality time with them, and being present in their lives. In the book of Acts, the early Christian church is described as a community that lived together, shared their resources, and took care of one another's needs. This is an example of how Jesus' teachings on loving one's family can be applied in a practical way. In addition, Jesus teaches that loving one's family is a way of honoring God. In Exodus 20:12, it is written, "Honor your father and your mother, so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you." Jesus affirms this commandment in Matthew 15:4, where he says, "For God said, honor father and mother, and anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death." Jesus is teaching that honoring one's parents is a way of honoring God, and that loving one's family is a way of showing respect and obedience to God's commands. In conclusion, Jesus teaches that loving one's family is of utmost importance. It is a manifestation of one's love for God, and it should be demonstrated through actions, not just words. Loving one's family is a way of honoring God, and it is a vital part of one's spiritual journey. As followers of Jesus, we should prioritize loving our family and demonstrate this love through our actions, just as Jesus demonstrated his love for us through his life, death, and resurrection. By loving our family in this way, we can build strong, healthy relationships that reflect God's love for us and bring glory to his name. Ultimately, loving our family is not just a moral obligation, but a spiritual one, and it is essential for living a life that honors God and reflects his love to the world.